All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media, and my name is Judson Powell. I want to talk about the Deion Sanders and Eddie Robinson Jr. thing. By the way, let me just preface this at the front. Like, Eddie Robinson Jr. is not the son of famed Grambling head coach Eddie Robinson. Okay, so let's get that out the way first. Anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, and I thank you very much. Okay, there's like a couple of things that come to my mind, which is like, the first one is, if you don't have something nice to say, then don't say anything at all. The second one is, why is one black man criticizing another black man who's trying to actually do something and make something happen with HBCUs? I mean, come on. I mean, I went to Hampton, an HBCU, and we always needed this type of influx of power and information and everything else. And the fact of the matter is that, I mean, for the most part, Deion Sanders could do anything he wants to. I mean, he arguably is the best NFL player ever of all time. Put it this way, at least he was the most exciting. Every time he touched the ball, every time he got near the ball, things happened. So yeah, we're good about that. And it's like he's not trying to do anything even for self-serving reasons. He wants these kids to get chances to go to the NFL. He wants these kids to get chances to do a lot of different things, but without the support and without the coaches and everything else behind them, come on. Last year, there were pretty much no HBCU players selected in the draft, not even in the late rounds. And it's clearly, look, it's clearly racism. Clearly. You know why? Because most of the people in the Hall of Fame went to HBCUs. And the reason why they went to HBCUs is because predominantly white universities wouldn't let them in. And then when they got in, wouldn't allow them to play. And I can relate an experience from high school where lesser players, because they were Caucasians, were given opportunities to play when certain black players were not allowed to play until later on in the game, or when we were losing the game, and then they figured, oh, we could put these guys in and they'll come back, which we did a lot of times. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, look, if this man wants to do stuff to help out HBCUs, then we need to be 100% supportive of him. The other thing, when he gave his after game press conference, he was talking about, look, the place was sold out. It's sold out. No matter why or what's going on, the place was sold out. And then so we all benefit from that, and especially HBCUs. HBCUs need this kind of influx of energy, need this kind of influx of people coming there and like saying, wow, we'd like to play here, we'd like to work here, we'd like to do all these things. But we're never going to change anything until we change ourselves. And once again, this is just like black on black crime. His whole thing, well, he ain't swag. That's gang mentality, man. So he ain't swag, so he shouldn't be out there, whatever. That's gang mentality. That's not grown man stuff. Grown man stuff is you go out there, shake the man's hand, give him a hug, and wish him well, and then come back next year and try to whip him. I mean, that's how sports goes. You win some, you lose some. I mean, but you keep playing and you keep showing up. What's my man used to say on ESPN? That's why they play the games. Like, there's always somebody talking, always somebody running their mouth when it comes down to professional sports. Always. And that's never going to change. And I hope it doesn't change, because that's part and parcel to the game. But what we need to do now is we need to start getting an influx of money into these HBCUs, because that's how, look, when I was young, and I remember the University of Michigan, because I'm from Detroit, so I'm a University of Michigan fan because my mama went to University of Michigan, and so I had to watch. I had to literally I watched pretty much every Michigan game, and especially the ones with Ohio State. Ohio State. I want to get y'all to. I put the hex on y'all, but either way, right? The thing about it is that we always have good talent in HBCUs, but if nobody puts that talent to the forefront, or nobody says anything about the talent, then it's not going to happen. But the fact of the matter is, University of Michigan said what? We can run the entire campus, school, pay everybody, give students free room and board and everything else, just off of the money that the football team makes. That's not even saying. And then the year that Jalen Rose and Chris Webber and everybody was the Fab Five and all of that, then everybody was like, all of a sudden, it's like, wow, it was even more money. Because they went there because of the other athletic programs, right? So Eddie Robinson Jr., you need to apologize to Deion Sanders. That's the whole thing about this thing right here. You need to apologize to the man. And once again, we going into the thing of, if you can't save the program, then get out. Or if you don't like the way things are going with your program, then get out. Why are you angry that another coach would come in and try to elevate everybody's game? Because that's what he did. Because now you got a mark to shoot for. And it goes on in every conference, and it goes on in predominantly white institutions and everything else. There are rivalries. They're just like I said, I'm giving the thing to Ohio State, right? Because that's our Michigan versus Ohio State. That's a big rivalry. So maybe the good part that'll come out of this is that they will develop a rivalry, but settle it on the field. Stop talking, don't talk nothing bad about another black man who's trying to do right. See, that's the disturbing part. You talking about another black man who's trying to do the right thing, who's putting forth his time and his effort and his connections and his everything, in order to, this man is Deion Sanders is a pro football Hall of Famer. And like I said, arguably the best football player that ever played football. You can't. I watched pretty much Deion's whole career, and there is nothing that you could say to me. That guy was exciting. That's the same reason, like when people come at you about the whole LeBron and Michael Jordan thing. Well, the reason why people love Michael Jordan is because he was money. He was money every time. He was money in the bank, and you knew you weren't gonna lose. You knew they weren't going to lose. And winning is contagious. Winning is contagious to everybody. Everybody wants to be a winner. Who wants to lose? Nobody wants to lose. And definitely these players definitely don't need to lose. They need opportunities. That's money into the black community. That's money back into those HBCUs. A multimillionaire football player can donate money back. A broke guy that's just sitting, down down in Alabama. See now I got jokes on him because now so this guy gonna sit down in Alabama and he gonna get rich. I mean, come on, answer. All I see in this is just ugliness. It's just like black on black crime. We seeing all this stuff in the media and stuff like that. People shooting each other. Guy shot a girl because she beat him in basketball and all that. People, it's just games. They're games. They are games. They're not, they're not going to change the trajectory of the world in any way, shape, form, or fashion. They're only games. And that's the biggest disappointment that I think comes out of this. And I don't think, and I saw another podcast, and I don't think that Deion has an ulterior motive at all. Talk about, oh yeah, he's using that to get another job or to do that. Somebody would have hired Deion Sanders immediately in the NFL. So that's not even a consideration. It's not. It is not a consideration. Why? Because he don't need no job. He don't need that. He's doing something out of the kindness of his heart. He don't need that. I mean, he's got money. He's got kids. He's got nice stuff. Everything else. So stop. So stop. Leave this man alone and let him work. And in fact, you need to be supporting him. And I definitely believe that Eddie Robinson Jr. needs to give Deion a call and apologize. It's the same, and it's the same thing because we were talking about the whole thing with Will Smith and Chris Rock. It's like that's why it's bad. Because it's one black man smacking another black man. So you might as well have did the same thing. So Eddie Robinson, you might as well have smacked Deion. There's these are things, these are beefs and stuff like that don't even need to be public. They don't, I mean, we hate it. Like I said, I'm from Detroit. I played for St. Cecilia, right? And we played the West Side Cubs every year. Arch rivals. Best game every year. And that's why people came. But we played football. We did, and we wasn't talking about like how this coach or how that coach. I mean, that stuff is for it's not even relevant to anything. How is it relevant? And you mad because of the man's pregame warm up? So you mad? Because I watch football from a young lad, and people got all kinds of pregame warm-ups and everything else, and it's not negative towards you. And then he got mad because he ran a play when he felt like the game was over, which I agree with that, but. Then when Deion explained it, he was like, look, I wanted to get my young quarterback in there with some real game experience where people was really coming at him trying to hurt him. Right? That's it. And that's how a lot of coaches are. So if you don't like it, then go back and study them tapes and beat them next year. That's how you get back at people. You beat them on the field, on the court, on the diamond. That's how you get back. So don't get mad. Just go out there next year and play ball and keep your mouth shut. But you owe Deion an apology for sure. Fastest 15 minutes is up. Thank you.